now what is a moving average? So for that, I've just given a small graphic that will be a better presentation. Then we'll go back to a little bit of theory. So let's try to understand this. Right. So figures are visible on the screen. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll zoom it in. Now it's properly visible? Yes. So let us say instead of 5 days, here I have given an example of a 10 days moving average. How is a 10 days moving average calculated? So here if you can see all these candles, okay, I have drawn on a graph of 100 to 900. Today we're going to talk a little bit about mathematics. Okay, so otherwise I can tell you a direct thumb rule. Choice is yours. I can tell you a thumb rule. If this is above this, then buy. If this is below this, sell, is what majority of the teachers would do for technical analysis. If you want that way, that will be like done in 2 minutes if you want. But if you want to know a little bit of mathematical base, then you'll have to revisit your school days, college days. Those who have done engineering, it's okay. They're living day in and day out in maths. But art students, if any year, they're going to feel like, what am I doing? Shall I go ahead with this? A little bit of maths? Yes, not too much hardcore, but yes, little basics. So plotting this on a graph, 300 here you can see, here it is, 700. For the third candle, what price do I take? Closing price. And here closing price will be this, no? It's a red candle. So it's going to be 400. For this candle, just go on telling quickly, 800. For your 900, this one, 400. With me? Yes. So that's what I've done, 300 plus 700 plus 400, whatever. Divided by, so this total comes up to 5,000. Divided by 10 is 500. Okay. Now tell me, if this were a moving average, then what would I be required to do? If the next day's observation comes up, okay, there's the 11th day now. What would I do for a 10-day moving average? Tell me. Oh, 10 days moving average plus 11th day divided by 11. Then I will say it is an 11 days moving average. Or I will say it will be an 11 days average. Very good. If it's a moving average, leave behind the past is the rule. Keep on moving. Leave observations from the past and keep the latest or the most updated observations in the calculation. So in our example, assume that the 11th day, here one more candle is drawn, assume, and let's say that is at 800. So which figure are you going to skip out of these? Skip the first one, 300, and which one will you add? 800, which would be the last candle. And again divided by 10 only, because it's a 10 days average. Is this okay? Yes. One last example. In the same old scenario, assume that now the last observation is 1000. So 12th observation is 1000 now. So out of this, which two are going? So first one is already skipped. 300 is gone now. Which one will go away again? Now 700 will go away. All 8 observations remain plus 800, which we had done in the previous one, plus 1000, and divided by 10 only. That's how a moving average works. Any doubt in this? No? So a similar thing I've done. So which was the first observation here? It was 300. Okay. So what happens on the next day? The example which I gave right now. See, in this calculation, 300 was gone. 300 is gone. First observation is gone. And this last observation, instead of 800, here I've taken 700. Have you understood what's a moving average? And why it is called as moving? Not a simple average. Okay? Right? Will it give me a better comparison? Because otherwise every time you will say as compared to those good old days, stock is either doing bad or good. And every time you can't compare with a golden period or whatever has happened long ago. We are comparing it with the recent few performances. Fair enough? Yes. So a little bit more of mathematics that, yeah, I guess this happened just now. Okay. Again, if you remember in school, we used to be taught 2 types of averages. One is a simple moving average, and one is a weighted average, which is also called as exponential moving average. Exponential moving average or also a weighted moving average is what we are going to talk about right now. In simple words, what happens? Let us understand. Okay, let's talk about a 3 days average so that you can understand the concept very easily. Let us say day 1, day 2, day 3. This is the latest day. Day 2 is the previous day. Day 3 uska previous day. Okay, so instead of that, let us take this as today is Saturday. So let us say this is Friday's data, Thursday's data, and Wednesday's data. Okay, and assume this is 100, 90, 95. How would we calculate the average? Tell me. 100 plus 90 plus 95 divided by 3, and we would come to 95 as a simple moving average.